Alright, what's up guys? Captain Rick Stanczyk here, going over my weekly fishing report for you here. It's the middle of February, springtime is here. We had a major cold front 10 or 12 days ago. Temperatures dropped down into the 50s here in Islamorada, and that means probably even the high 40s in the backcountry. Water temperatures dipped, and it was just looking like it was going to be an early spring. Tarpon were showing up everywhere, and we had a couple good days of fishing at the end of January for them, and then poof, all of a sudden they're gone. But that's the thing about this time of year. We always call it a transitional time. You're kind of going from winter to spring/summer, and you get those late fronts, and they can definitely jam you up. So we had a little tougher fishing after that, but this week things have finally stabilized somewhat. We've had more southeasterly winds warming up, and water temperatures staying in that mid to high 70-degree range where we like them this time of year. We had some good tarpon action this week. It's not red hot by any means, but there's some fish around. For me personally, it's been kind of an early morning thing, at least for action out of the big ones. And some other things going on too. I found a lot of nice pilchards this week every day, and we had some good snook fishing with a few reds mixed in too. Alright, so day one was a Monday, and I had John and his daughter Katie down fishing with me. Again, great conditions on this day. Kind of light southeast breeze. We had some mullet ready to go, and like I said, the pilchards had been thick, so we caught those too. Found a lot of big tarpon flopping around out in the backcountry. First place we stopped. I hadn't really been there yet looking for them yet, but I figured I'd give it a look today, and sure enough, they were there. We put a little bit of time in, and it worked out good. We hooked a nice big one pretty much within 10 or 15 minutes. Caught that one, went back, and we caught another one, so they both got to land one. A little father-daughter assistance, but it was a good time. So take a look at this fish, both of them actually. They fought them well, and we got one of them up to the hand for a good picture too, so awesome stuff. I'll give you this thing if you can put on the butt there, tighten you down. That might be a shark. You can kind of step around to the back here. Oh, no, it's a tarpon.
Oh my gosh.
Out of way, Katie.
There you go, yeah. Keep the rod kind of pointed down towards him, all right? Yep.
Wow, that is big. Oh, come on.
Come on, fish. Give us a nice jump right there.
Oh yeah. Hello, Mr. Tarpon.
Almost tired out.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright. Want to try it again?
Grab another one.
Yeah.
All right. Have to be more aggressive by grabbing this guy.
Yeah, like I said, try to get your 4 fingers, right in the bottom lip there, and just be ready for him to shake you the first time or two.
That?
Yeah.
Pick that guy up.
Yeah, here, I'll snap a picture real quick from back here. Alright, so after that, like I said, we had plenty of pilchards. We worked our way further into the backcountry creeks and had some really good action back there. Plenty of snook, a few redfish mixed in. It was a lot of fun. They both had a great day, great time, and I look forward to fishing with them again, hopefully in the future. Alright, so the next 2 days I had Todd and Jean along with a couple of their friends. Rocky came with us on the first day, and then it was John the second day. Todd was supposed to fish with me last year, but we kind of got goofed up with some of the tropical storms and hurricanes that were going on in the Gulf. We had one here, so we had to cancel our first plans, and then he was going to come again a month later, and they had one where they lived in the Gulf Coast to worry about, so it just didn't happen, but he was able to come now, so that was good. We always try to work people with people that time of year, because it's hurricane season, and you just never know what's going to happen, and obviously it can alter your plans. So we try to be flexible. We had good fishing. The first day on Tuesday, there was a bit of rain to worry about. It was 60% chance. I always tell people to show up at the dock in the morning, though, especially if you're here, because you never know what the weatherman's going to be right or wrong. And a lot of times it's a passing shower, it rains for 20 minutes, and then it's nice the rest of the day. It was nice when we left the dock. There wasn't much to worry about, but when we got into the backcountry, there was some rain we didn't want to sit in, so I had to kind of alter our plans temporarily. We stopped and fished for about a half an hour, caught plenty of snappers around an island, and then we moved our way further into the backcountry. Unfortunately, by that point, we didn't see many tarpon that were there the day before. I had thought the wind had kind of pushed them out maybe because it was more of a southwest wind, but it was also later in the morning, and I had kind of come to figure out that right now, like I said, it seems to be an early morning thing when those tarpon are, really good and happy, and then they're just spreading out. So just things aren't settled in quite yet. So we didn't have any luck with big tarpon on the first day, but we did jump into the creeks again later with our pilchards, and we caught plenty of snook. And we caught 3 small tarpon and a few redfish as well. Alright, nice little tarpon. Fun size. Oh! Also, really good fishing in there for them. And we didn't even get too wet. I think we got a little rain coming out of there on the way home for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then it was nice and beautiful. All right, so day 2, we went after those big tarpon again first thing. Weather didn't impede us on this morning, and we had plenty of fresh bait. Jean got a big one right away off the bat, a nice 100-pounder. She fought it well, chased it around for a good 30-40 minutes. By the time we caught the fish, though, the rest of them, they were gone. That's the thing about these big tarpon in the springtime. Sometimes you're pulling on them for 45 minutes to an hour, and by the time you get them, sometimes the bite's over with. And that seemed to be the case. We caught a few sharks, and then again we moved into the backcountry and kind of did what we had done the past couple of days. Good snook fishing, a few reds mixed in, and Miss Jean caught another small tarpon, so good for her. And we tried the big tarpon again around town in the afternoon. Again, no luck, didn't see much. I looked in some different areas. No luck with that for us, but it was still a great day of 2 days of fishing with Todd and Jean. I think we had caught 5 tarpon altogether, 1 big one and 4 small ones, plenty of snook and a few redfish and snappers. They had a great time. I look forward to fishing with them again. All right, and here's Miss Jean's big tarpon she caught, showing the boys how it's done. And just tighten it down a little more here, all right? We technically caught the fish, since we already got leader, but we're trying to just kind of wear them down here, see if we get them up for a picture. That's kind of always another battle, especially with the big ones. Yeah. All right, and so yesterday, last day of the week for me, I had return customer Vince with his son Lucas and wife Lisa, and we had a pretty good day. Conditions were a little tougher. That wind kind of had gone due south and picked up some steam. It was blowing, 20 plus, and a really weak tidal situation, which we get so often. It was like a low high tide and a high low tide, which means the water level just didn't change. And there was very weak current. Normally the tide falls or comes in for 6 hours and then, does the opposite for 6 hours. So you got 2 high tides and 2 low tides a day. But we had the fallen tide for most of the morning, and it was slack tide when we got into the backcountry in the morning. And then 3-4 hours later, it was slack tide again. So as opposed to 6 hours of tide, it was only like 3.5 hours. And it was really weak moving, which, fish like current most of the time. So tough conditions, but we still had a good day. We tried the tarpon early in the morning. They were out there, but they really weren't showing themselves, and they just didn't seem to want to bite. We caught I think a half a dozen blacktip sharks, which they really enjoyed, and everyone got to pull on a few big things. Just no luck with the tarpon. But we did head into the creeks after that, and we had some good fishing in there. We had to work at it, you know, they didn't come easy. We had to jump around 4 or 5 times, but we picked a few fish here, you know, 1 here, 2 there, none there, 1 there. And then we finally got into a spot where we just sat and waited, and the fish kind of just slowly came to us. You know, you'd catch one every 5 or 10 minutes. Every once in a while, get a little rally where you'd catch 2 or 3. All right, Vince just caught a real nice snook. We've been picking away at him. They've been making us work for him, but he got a nice one there. All right. We've been trying to catch a tarpon, and we're 0 for 4 on them. They haven't been cooperative, but we're gonna hang in there. But I think we ended up with 15 or so snook, a couple reds, and poor Vince, he's been trying to get a tarpon to the hand with me, and just hasn't been able to do it. And today was no different, unfortunately. Just couldn't keep the hook in him. Nothing he did wrong, you know, he's actually a pretty good angler, just bad luck. But what can you say? There's not much you can do about that. But he had a great time nonetheless, so did the family, and hopefully I'll be fishing with him again soon. He's out there today with my brother sword fishing. I hope they get a big swordfish. It was supposed to be pretty windy today, but it actually looks like it isn't quite as bad as they said, so it looks like it's nice out there. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video. I'll catch you next time. We got a cold front coming in this weekend again, but it's not going to get real cold. I think just in the 60s, and shouldn't affect the temperatures too much. Hopefully by next week, though, it looks like the wind's going to calm down and we should have some nice days. I expect that tarpon fishing to get even better. So come on down, guys. Book a trip at Bud and Mary's. Buy a Stan's hat. All right, we'll catch you next time.